Survival games are pushing the genre further, with larger worlds, harsher environments, and tougher challenges. Here are the upcoming survival games that look the most promising so far. Let's get into it. Under a Rock takes place on a procedurally generated island where an early 19th century explorer survives after becoming stranded in a hidden land with a different evolutionary path. Players gather resources, craft tools, build shelters, farm, fish, fight, and tame creatures while playing alone or with up to 10 players. Different wildlife, caves, underwater areas, Neanderthals, and dangerous nights create new survival challenges across each playthrough. Guardians of the Wild Sky lets players survive, craft, build, and travel across a magical world filled with floating islands and cloud seas. Guardians with unique abilities can be captured, cared for, bred, and used in combat, crafting, or base work. Players can build homes, flying castles, and airships, gather resources, cook, farm, fish, battle dangerous enemies, and play alone or cooperatively with friends across the skies. Stormforge is an open-world survival crafting game where 1 to 8 players survive magical storms while gathering resources and building strong bases. Players fight enemies with melee, ranged, and magical weapons, craft equipment, unlock skills across different character classes, and defeat powerful bosses. The procedurally generated world includes many islands, hidden locations, and dangerous storms that provide valuable materials needed for crafting and survival. Bellwright is an open-world survival RPG where players gather resources, craft equipment, build settlements, and recruit villagers to grow a rebellion. Workers can manage production, construct buildings, and strengthen towns while soldiers are trained for large battles. Combat uses a directional system with different medieval weapons, and players command squads during fights. As settlements expand, new technologies, crafting options, and story missions become available, while uncovering the truth behind the kingdom's conflict. Northward sends players across a northern archipelago aboard a small ship, where sailing, survival, and discovery play an important role. Players can upgrade and customize their vessel, recruit new crew members, fish, cook, and build campfires to handle the cold climate. 4 different biomes, hidden treasures, magical secrets, deep oceans, high mountain peaks, and massive leviathans bring different challenges throughout the adventure. HAEX Post-Apocalyptic Courier Service is a co-op delivery game where players run a courier company across a dangerous post-apocalyptic landscape. Up to 4 players accept delivery jobs, sort parcels, manage cargo, and drive through rough terrain and extreme weather. Vehicles can be repaired, upgraded, and customized with different parts, while scavenged supplies help keep deliveries moving. Careful planning and safe transport are important for completing each contract.
Maintenance work and a progress.
Breathedge 2 takes players into a retro-futuristic survival adventure across dangerous areas of space where resource management and teamwork are important. Players build, craft, upgrade their spaceship, manage a crew, and travel between different star systems and planets. Each crew member has personal goals and plays a role in keeping the ship running. Different enemies, vehicles, and space locations provide new challenges while facing an evil space corporation.
Attention! Officer ready to attack! Surrender now!
Out of uniform, soldier.
Please let me into quote.
Real.
HAEX is an open-world survival shooter where 1 to 4 players investigate a missing science team in a subarctic wilderness changed by an alien anomaly. Players gather resources, craft weapons and equipment, survive harsh conditions, and fight hostile creatures while pushing back the spreading mist. Alien abilities, upgradable gear, modular weapon customization, and world-changing seeds unlock new areas, stronger enemies, and additional ways to travel and survive.
Take it in.
Outward 2 builds its survival RPG gameplay around careful planning, resource management, and challenging combat instead of making players naturally powerful. Hunger, thirst, weather, equipment, and backpack weight all affect survival while traveling across Ori. Different weapons, spells, traps, armor, and class combinations support many combat styles. Character backgrounds and personality traits influence progression, with solo, online co-op, and split-screen offering different ways to play.
Soon, there will be no limit to what you can achieve. Well, at least you're still alive. Now dust yourself off and get back out there. But this time, maybe bring a friend. This summer, venture outward.
It ain't easy. Scavenging's just no way to build for the future.
As One We Survive is a top-down survival game where players scavenge for food, water, medicine, and materials across a post-apocalyptic America while trying to save a sick daughter. Resources are used to craft equipment, build a homestead, and support a growing community. Survivors can be recruited and assigned different roles, while combat relies on careful preparation, weapon maintenance, bandages, and rest instead of instant healing.
Reminder that there's something more to life than just surviving.
Dune Awakening transports players to the harsh deserts of Arrakis, where survival depends on gathering resources, crafting equipment, building bases, and assembling vehicles. Different abilities, weapons, and character paths support varied combat styles. Players can travel across deserts, avoid giant sandworms, complete story missions, and play alone, with friends or alongside hundreds of other players on shared servers.
watching you stumble through the blood and sand.
You are the hidden hand. You hide in the future and the past.
Arrakis is the key. You have one task. Find the Fremen.
Feels like we always end up here. You bleeding to further our cause. The future is a trap. I want to be free to choose. Prepare yourself.
He who can destroy a thing has the real control of it.
Railborn puts a growing train at the center of its survival gameplay, with players expanding it while traveling across a world connected by branching railway tracks. Resources are gathered to upgrade railcars, manage power systems, control resource flow, distribute water, and grow rare plants on onboard farms. The train can be expanded piece by piece as players travel across different environments, uncover the planet's mystery, and play alone or with up to 4 players.
My responsibility.
Honeycomb, The World Beyond, puts players on the alien planet Soda 7, where survival depends on research, resource gathering, and bioengineering. Players gather plants and animals, conduct experiments, and crossbreed species to develop new life forms with different properties. Building a research base, managing resources, and using hive drones support long-term survival. Different biomes, dangerous wildlife, and unfamiliar environments add new challenges across the mission.
Form with the tools I've been given.
Construction completed.
Living in harmony with nature is not always easy. Yes, I need some help here. Wildlife is one thing, but there are also other things I'm a bit worried about. When I first arrived on Soda 7, I assumed I'm the first person that laid eyes on these wonders.
The world is already...
Crisis X throws players into a vast post-apocalyptic landscape where survival depends on resource management, base building, and dealing with infected creatures, wildlife, and other survivors. A large multiplayer map supports thousands of players on one server across different environments with changing conditions. Players gather supplies, craft equipment, build territories, drive vehicles, use a wide range of weapons, and choose between cooperation or conflict while fighting for valuable resources. The Legend of California brings a survival shooter to a mythical version of California during the Gold Rush, where players gather resources, craft equipment, and build their own ranch across a large frontier. Hunting wildlife, fighting hostile enemies, and optional PvP battles provide different combat challenges. Different biomes, mines, stables, and crafting stations support settlement growth, while solo and cooperative multiplayer allow players to share buildings, resources, and progression.
penitent gardeners, pilgrims bound.
Frostrail builds its survival gameplay around a steam-powered train that serves as transport, shelter, and a mobile base across a frozen wasteland. Players scavenge supplies, craft weapons and equipment, manage fuel and power, and upgrade the train with stronger defenses and new carriages. Dangerous ruins, bunkers, revenants, and harsh weather create constant threats, while solo and cooperative play offer different ways to survive the hostile world.
Our makeshift convoy is a lifeline. The tracks, our path to redemption. Each stop draws us closer on our righteous journey. As our struggle grows harsher, we must repent.
Blackfrost the Long Dark 2 returns to the Quiet Apocalypse, where players survive across the city of Harmont and its surrounding wilderness after technology has stopped working. Players manage food, shelter, weather, and psychological survival through the Will to Live system while creating a custom survivor with different traits and skills. Solo and co-op play offer different survival approaches as harsh weather, wildlife, other survivors, and radioactive Blackfrost create constant danger.
They call them Ijirak. It's alive.
Ikuma the Frozen Compass tells the story of a stranded cabin boy and his husky as they struggle to survive on an uncharted Arctic island in 1864. Players switch between both characters or play cooperatively to use their different abilities while climbing, fishing, gathering supplies, and crossing dangerous terrain. Ancient Inuit legends, a lost expedition, limited resources, and a hidden mystery shape the adventure through the frozen wilderness.
Cabin boy who finds himself stranded after a disaster, accompanied only by his loyal husky companion Ellie. As you search for a missing expedition, you uncover dark secrets, and perhaps their fate holds the only key to finding your way back to London. The open world of Ikuma is filled with puzzles, hidden paths, and surprising rewards. You can explore it alone or in co-op, but teamwork is essential, especially when it comes to answering one crucial question: who gets to play the dog? When playing solo, you can seamlessly switch between Sam and Ellie to cleverly combine their unique abilities. The story of Ikuma is inspired by Inuit myths, as well as real historical events. The 1845 Franklin expedition, whose tragic end only came to light in recent years with the discovery of the shipwrecks. Ikuma will be released next year for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series.
Light No Fire takes place on a fantasy planet the size of Earth, where players build settlements, survive harsh conditions, and travel across a procedurally generated world together or alone. Players can gather resources, construct lasting communities, climb mountains, cross oceans, ride wild creatures, and fly dragons. Different biomes, ancient lore, unique enemies, and a vast open landscape provide new places to discover and challenges to overcome. Permafrost tells a survival story on a frozen Earth where endless winter has covered cities and wilderness after a global catastrophe. Players scavenge resources, craft equipment, build shelter networks, and restore abandoned locations while surviving brutal weather and dangerous territory. A loyal dog companion helps carry supplies, scout ahead, and warn of danger. Solo and 4-player co-op support different survival strategies across the open world.
You're finally awake. I recommend initiating a scan of your surroundings.
Blind Descent begins deep beneath the Martian surface, where players search for a missing expedition while learning to survive inside a living alien ecosystem. Resources are collected to craft tools, improve an abandoned base, and study unfamiliar life forms. Underground storms, toxic gases, hostile creatures, and changing environments create constant dangers. Scientific equipment or biological mutations offer different ways to adapt, alone or with up to 4 players.
Is essential for long-term survival. Chance of escape. Non-zero. Chance of locating other crew members. Non-zero.
When we die, do you think we'll see the people on Earth again?
Atmosfar takes survival into the skies on an alien planet filled with floating islands where players travel using customizable flying crafts and a mobile airbase. Scrap is collected to build equipment, upgrade aircraft, produce fuel, and expand the cloud cruiser. Different flying vessels handle different tasks while changing weather, strange wildlife, resource management, and cooperative play create fresh challenges across the airborne world as players uncover the colony's fate.
There is no other way. Tychos might still have the answer we're looking for. We have to find it before...
Last Harbor moves survival onto the waters of the San Juan Islands, where a boat becomes both your shelter and your only reliable way to travel during a zombie outbreak. Players upgrade their vessel with defenses, crafting stations, and living space while searching abandoned islands for supplies. Fishing, resource gathering, zombie encounters, other survivors, and protected harbors all play a role in staying alive across the archipelago. Of Peaks and Tides builds its survival adventure around a living world where physics, weather, and the environment influence how players gather resources, build settlements, and fight enemies. Players can craft tools, tame creatures, construct strongholds, and use the surroundings to create different combat strategies. Changing seasons, natural disasters, powerful beasts, and cooperative play add new challenges while rebuilding a land inspired by Eastern mythology. Don't Starve Elsewhere introduces a new survival adventure where players gather resources, craft equipment, build a home base, and survive alone or with friends in a dangerous world. Procedurally generated environments include mountains, rivers, seas, caves, and different biomes with unique weather and creatures. A spreading fog creates additional danger, while changing climates, limited resources, and strange monsters shape each attempt to survive.
Terrible war that happened across the sky. Heroes fought and died.
Arc 2 throws you into a brutal prehistoric land where survival depends on adapting to both dinosaurs and hostile humans. Gather resources, tame powerful creatures, and construct massive bases while crafting customizable weapons and gear. Enhanced parkour movement, skill-based combat, and deep character progression give players more freedom in how they fight and explore. Dynamic world events, intelligent wildlife, and multiplayer survival create an ever-changing adventure where every journey brings new dangers and opportunities. Ardem places you in a virus-ravaged world where abandoned settlements, infected creatures, and limited resources make every decision matter. Explore solo or with friends, gather supplies, build and customize shelters, repair vehicles, and restore electricity to forgotten locations. A handcrafted world, deep crafting, farming, hunting, changing weather, and flexible PvE or PvP multiplayer give you the freedom to survive your own way while rebuilding small pieces of civilization.
Hey everyone, I'm Travis from the Zeverland dev team. Super excited to bring you the first look at our second...
Zeverland takes players to the first moments of a zombie outbreak, where quick thinking matters more than strict survival rules. Alone or with friends, you'll gather supplies, build shelters, customize wild vehicles, and combine everyday objects into unusual weapons. A massive open world, recruitable NPCs, player-built structures, and multiple paths toward rebuilding civilization give every group the freedom to create its own story and shape the future.
Before, so this time we kept it that simple. Just put your email and anything you want to say to us. That's it. One only thing to say up front, this build is still demanding on hardware. Frame drops, stuttering, that's on us, not you. If you run into that, come tell us in the group chat and I'll personally make sure we get it sorted. And if you do get a code, please hold off on posting recordings or screenshots publicly. We're still in development and your protection means a lot to us right now. This is still a test build, so there will be bugs and things that don't quite make sense yet. Please bear with us. Everything we hear from you goes directly into what we'll fix next time. We also added a new feature that lets you spawn close to your friends, so linking up co-op is way faster. You can build bases together, customize vehicles, explore dangerous zones with NPCs by your side, and yes, finally farm in peace. The core focus for this version is the NPC system. We've put a huge amount of work into it. Let's jump in. It's day 13 after the outbreak. I wake up somewhere in Vilna. a radio's broadcasting nearby. And there are two bodies on the ground. Looks like a human and a zombie, both dumb. The main quest points us towards a residential area to scavenge for weapons and gear. The gear system is pretty intuitive. If a stat shows up in red, your current gear is better. Go ahead and script it for parts. If it's green, it's an upgrade. Put it on without a second thought. Unless you have stronger opinions about fashion, of course, it's totally valid. We started as a police officer, so we spawned in with a starting pistol and a donut. Classic cop loadout. On the way to the mission, I run into an NPC. Her friend just died nearby and she needs some wood. I gathered a bit and handed it over. Now I can invite her to join my crew. Here's one of my favorite things about this game. Basically, every action feeds into your skills. We just run, gathered resources, and crafted a bandage. And now we got XP in endurance, first aid, and survival. The game tracks what you do, not what menus you click. We reach the residential area, something feels off. So instead of the front door, I spot a crate and hop the fence. Sure enough, zombie right behind the door. Hold right click to charge a heavy hit, a couple of light swings to finish it off. Clean. The core design principle here is what you see is what you get. Everything on the map, every container can be looted. Zombies drop the gear they are wearing, weapons included. Every cabinet, fridge, and drawer in any house is searchable. Appliances work the same way. You can actually cook different meals. And yes, a toilet plunger is definitely a valid weapon. I fully endorse it. Going deeper into the house, I find a nurse and someone lying on the floor. The nurse is trying to help, looking pretty confident, but the guy doesn't make it. I honestly have no idea how competent she is at this point, but the quest says we need to talk to her, so we talk. Turns out she knew he wasn't going to survive. She tried anyways, because that's just who she is as a health stake worker. She tells us the guy came here because of a radio signal, then got completely surrounded. And just like that, I recruit my first NPC, Kimberly the nurse. We sweep the house, then Kimberly and I head towards the next mission, Red Hill Gas Station, a former military outpost. On the way, we find a bicycle. Kimberly rides along. We also spot an osteop plant. Its fruit, ostepod, is key for lowering your infection level. Grab this whenever you see them. Quick note on difficulty. If you played PT1, you already know this isn't a hard game. PT2 is a little harder than that, but it's adjustable. If it feels too brutal, you can dial it back. For the gas station, the smart play is to clean the outside perimeter before going in. After cleaning the outside, I share some of my less important gear with Kimberly before we push in. After some intense fighting inside, we take down 2 more zombies. And here's a great example of the what you see rule in action. One of them is carrying a gun. We shoot him, we take the gun, everything he's wearing is mine now. That's gun number 2 for this run. I'll be honest, I enjoy this looting loop probably more than I should. Following the mission clues upstairs, I find the objective, a breathing apparatus. Kimberly tells us this used to be a military outpost, but it's been overrun. The breathing device blocks the red mist, and the red mist is what's causing the zombie mutation in this world.
Just make sure you...
I also find a soldier's diary on a body nearby. He writes that the outpost was abandoned. Most people moved to a watchtower inside the infection zone. I want to know what happened, but Kimberly stops me. We need a shelter first, somewhere to develop from, and a fast respawn zone. She's right. We find a good spot and start setting up. Workbench, crafting table, these unlocks more building options, including glue. Glue opens up one of my favorite systems, equipment assembly. You can combine basically any 2 gears, sensible or completely ridiculous, into a weapon with higher damage, better range, and some genuinely strange special effects. I don't have the material right now, but if you're curious, come find out for yourself in PT2. With a base setup, I can assign Kimberly to produce resources or send her out to gather supplies.
Want me to help
She
you set up a
basically runs
shelter?
the operation while I'm out fighting. I lay down a
We need
basic
to find a
bedroll
safe place
nearby
to
and
stay.
find it as my fast respawn point.
A shelter will help
We are
set up some
good to
sense.
go.
Want me to help you set up a shelter?
All that running,
need to find a safe
biking,
place to stay.
gathering, and fighting
shelter will
has
help defend
stepped
some
up a lot of skill points.
Want me to help you set up a shelter?
Leveling in this game is tied to
need to
what you
find a safe place to
actually do. Quests
shelter will
help
help defend
too,
some sense.
but the real engine
Want me to
is
help you
your
set up a shelter?
daily actions. I've got a
need to find a safe
pistol,
place to stay.
so let's invest those
shelter will help
points
defend
there
some
first.
Want me to help you set up a shelter?
5 main attributes to know. Strength controls carry weight and how heavy an object you can pick
need
up.
to find a
Constitution
safe
governs your
place to
hydration,
stay.
survival condition, hunger, and some other vitals. Endurance is your fatigue,
shelter
how much
will
it costs to
help
swing a
defend
weapon
us
or
from
run.
Zeds.
Wisdom makes you better at crafting adjacent stuff like lockpicking and scraping.
Want me
Charisma
to help
determines
you
how many
set up a
NPCs you can
shelter?
recruit and how smoothly you deal with other factions. Some skills also unlock new buildings when they level up. The Skill 2.0 system is a real step up from PT1. I had a lot of fun with it, and I think you will too. Back to exploring the gas station, I found a stash of empty fuel canisters and red jerry cans out back. Always keep those on you, they hold a lot. I fuel up and get myself the first vehicle of this run. Time to head to the watchtower, my first trip into the infection zone. Crossing the red border, I'm officially in the infection zone. Press N to activate the breathing apparatus and keep your infection bars from rising. That bar is in the bottom left, the virus icon next to your water meter. If it fills up completely, you turn into a zombie, which actually unlocks a new, different way to play. You can choose to help your former human teammates or betray them and bring them to your side. Either way, after 15 minutes, all player turned zombies die. You can also find a cure and combat before that happens. It's one of the most unique things about this game, and honestly for PT2, our thinking on the system isn't fully locked in yet. If you have any ideas, please tell us. We genuinely might use them. Inside the infection zone, I noticed the regular zombies now glow red. I crouch and move carefully. The zombies outside were already tough. I really don't want to find out what these are like in a straight fight. I tried to stealth through, but I get spotted. Sometimes the answer isn't to fight. It's just to run fast enough that nothing catches up. We finally reached the top floor, and there's the airdrop crate from the mission. What is inside the crate? What happens to the world next? That's for you to find out in PT2. And unlike the solo run, the actual test will have thousands of players moving through the world together, helping each other, pushing into more dangerous zones, getting into trouble. The experience is going to be way more alive than what you've just seen here. We are a PvE first game. Cooperation is the heart of this, not player killing, so the vibe stays genuinely good. We've set aside a lot of spots for PT2, and honestly, if you sign up, there's a solid chance you get in. Thank you so much for watching, see you out there, and take care.
Polyaris places you alone in a frozen Arctic after a nuclear disaster cuts you off from the outside world. Using skis and boats, you search abandoned locations, gather supplies, craft useful equipment, and survive against freezing weather, hunger, wildlife, and hostile scavengers. As you travel across the icy landscape, you'll uncover clues behind the disaster while trying to find a way out of the lonely northern wilderness.
Might save my life, this.
Five long years in the dark of the ground. No one knew.
Humanity's fight against Skynet continues in Terminator Survivors, an open-world adventure set after Judgment Day. As one of the remaining survivors, you'll explore dangerous ruins, gather resources, build a secure base, and help the Resistance grow stronger. Stealth, combat, and careful planning all play important roles while deadly machines roam the landscape, including the relentless T-800, which constantly hunts anyone still fighting to survive.
And everywhere our name will be, survivor